Hi guys, so I'm back with another tutorial, or tutorial-ish. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on how to make that black mesh paneled bodycon style dress. I'm actually already wearing the black one that I made. So in this tutorial I'll be making a tan one, but of course whatever fabric you use will be how it turns out, obviously. All you need to follow along with this tutorial are, over here, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm probably not. I'm a noob. Either a rotary mat with a rotary cutter like this, but you'd obviously want it bigger, or scissors. I use rotary, that's how I'm able to sew so fast. You'll need a 3/4 yard of your self fabric, which would be the main fabric, and 3/4 yard of the mesh fabric. You'll also want 17 inches of a 1/4 inch knit elastic. I use rubber elastic that you use in bikinis. I think it's a lot better. And you'll need maybe about an hour of your time. I was able to make the dress in about 30 minutes, 30-40 minutes. That's because I've been making them for so long. I don't use pins or anything, so you might need a little bit more time. So stay tuned to the end of the video as well, and I'll be showing you the finished dresses, as well as talking about the giveaway for this video. All you need to do is subscribe and be the first to comment below, and I'll send you free fabric and free shipping and a pattern to get started with this tutorial. So if you don't have the money right now to buy fabric, which at one point I didn't myself, I'll send you everything you need to get started other than the sewing machines themselves. So let me know if you have any questions below also, and let's get started. All right, thanks. So to start, you're going to need your pattern first. If you followed a previous tutorial, then you have this pattern printed and ready to go. It might not necessarily be your size. This is a 36, 26, 36, but if the fabric is stretchy enough, you will have some room for fitting a bigger person into. We've got the back of the dress cut on fold, the front of the dress, and over here we have a sleeve. The sleeve is symmetrical, so it works on both sides. There's not a left or a right. So here's the pattern cut out, printed, cut out, and arranged in the order it's going to be sewn. You can see that each piece is labeled for what part it is. The top is mesh, then we got the self, and then we got a mesh middle panel, and then the self, and the sleeve is mesh too. So what you're going to need after the pattern is a rotary cutter and a mat. This is how I'm able to sew so quickly, but if you don't have it, then you can just use scissors. I hate cutting with scissors because I feel like it really slows down the process and it makes my hands hurt. You'll need 17 inches of the 1/4 inch rubber elastic for this particular pattern. If you've altered it for something different, then this won't apply. You can't get this in very many places. I get it in LA. I also get it from a website called sewsassy.com. It's like $1 or something per yard. I'll put that info in the link. You're going to want 3/4 of a yard of mesh. Now I already made this dress in black, so I used a black mesh, but since I'm running out of that material, I'm going to use this nude mesh. And you're going to need about maybe 3/4 to a yard of the self fabric. So for this dress, I'm using like a tan nude textured fabric. I already made the dress in black, which I may have shown you in the beginning of the video. And I will show in the end too. So we'll have 2 dresses done at the end of this video. And matching thread, you'll want to use, if you have a serger, I use a serger, it goes faster. If you have a sewing machine, go ahead and use your stretch stitch on the sewing machine. And it should work the same, although serging gives it a better quality. All right, so let's get started with how to cut. So first you want to separate your pieces for what they are with, you know, what's mesh and what's self. So the top pieces are mesh. These middle pieces are mesh, and the sleeves are mesh. So we're going to go ahead and take those, put them over here, and you're also going to want to put your mesh fabric on top of it. So you know that that is getting cut with that. Not very many of these pieces. Put these together, and now we know, let me scoot this over here. Put these together. And we know that this fabric goes with these pieces here. Now we're going to arrange them to get them cut. Put your elastic aside and don't lose it. So first we're going to cut the self fabric. We want to save as much fabric as possible. When you're a home sewer, sometimes people don't care about saving fabric, but when you get into industrial sewing, it becomes important. So we're just going to fold this over enough to fit the back. Just scoot it to the edge, a little bit more. Then we're going to do the same on the other side. And then we'll use the remaining middle parts to cut the rest out. Okay, so cutting took about 4 minutes. Now what we need to do is match up all our pieces in the order that we're going to sew them so that we don't lose track of what pieces get sewn to what. So we'll set that up right now. So here you can see we've got it arranged in a way that we can see clearly what pieces will be getting, oops, I can't see, what pieces will be getting sewn to which. And we got the sleeve over there. So now we're going to take this to the sewing machines. The way we're going to sew this is from top to bottom, or you can do it from bottom to top. First, all the right sides are facing up. You're going to take this piece and fold it on top of this one, and sew, serge or sew 1/4 inch seam allowance, if it's a serger it's already at 1/4, across here. Once that is sewn, you're going to come back, and this will be sewn, and you're going to fold this on top of this piece right here, come back, and then this will get folded on top of this piece again. Same on this side. So let's get started on that. So start sewing right sides together and then go through the whole dress. When you're done with that, we'll be sewing the side seams of the sleeves, and then we'll be connecting the sleeves to the dress, and it will be pretty much close to done. So here you see we've got the front and the back of the dress sewn. Now what we're going to want to do is put these on top of each other, right sides together, and then sew the side seams and the shoulder seams. So what we'll be doing is this, then sewing the side seams and the two shoulder seams. So now that we got the front and the back of the dress sewn together, we're going to want to install the sleeves. So since these sleeves are both the same, there's not a left or a right, this is a little bit less confusing than it usually is. Turn your sleeves both right side out. And with this bottom seam right here, you're going to match this bottom seam with the bottom seam of the dress where the side seam starts at the arm side. So make sure your dress is inside out and your sleeve is right side out. You're just going to drop the sleeve right in the hole. Oh geez. So you drop the sleeve right in the hole. You take these bottom seams down here and you match these up. At this point you can pin if you want. I'm not going to pin because that's how I save time. But if you did your notches on your sleeve, then you know that you have a notch here, and that top notch will match to your shoulder seam. So that'll give you kind of like a map of how far to stretch your seams. So let's start sewing this. Now that you got the sleeves in the dress, turn it inside out to check out your progress. So this is the back. All we gotta do now is hem the bottom, hem the sleeves, and put the binding in the neckline. So I'm about to show you how to do that now. I'll skip hemming because hemming is pretty easy and I've done it in a previous tutorial. So let's do the neckline and then we'll show you the finished products. So this is how you make a neckline that's not all droopy or saggy. You've got your 17-inch piece of rubber elastic. You can also use a 1/4 inch knit elastic that you can get from Joann's, but I use this because I think it's a better quality. You want to start at the back of the neckline, and you want to start at the inside of the neckline because we will be folding it over when we're hemming. So to start, you put the back of the neckline in to the serger. What is something? The feed dogs are kind of scratchy. Is this up? Then once you sew for maybe 1 centimeter, you put the elastic into the toe of the foot right here. And then you push it back to meet where the needles are sitting in the fabric. It's kind of like a stopper. And then you let go of the foot. And then you sew. You can pretty much don't touch the elastic. The elastic will do its own thing. Any kind of tension you put on the elastic will make it kind of ruche up or bunch up. This neckline is 16 inches. We did the elastic 17 inches, just so we had some room to play. And it looks like we're gonna have a lot of extra. So I'm approaching the end of the elastic here, and it looks like it only, sorry, trying to talk while I'm sewing. It went over about 1/4 of an inch, so that was pretty good. Not 1/4, 3/4 of an inch. Now that we have this neckline in, all we need to do now is fold it under. I usually do it twice, so you can fold it once if you want, or twice if you like a sturdier neckline. I'm going to do it twice. I will be using black on the cover stitch. At this point, you would want to use matching thread. I'm going to use black just to save time. So here we are at the cover stitch. Like I said, I'm using black and not tan. I should be using tan, but I don't wear this color. I'll never wear this, so I'm just using black for this instance. Fold it under twice, and from the outside, go ahead and line it up where you want your double needles to go. Usually you want them more towards the inside. If you have a sewing machine, you can go ahead and use a zigzag stitch or a double needle at this point. There we go. Just pull it to the back, snip it. This is where you would use fray check too, to make sure this doesn't come undone. And then at this point you will hem the bottom of the sleeves and your hem down here too. So here is the black version of the dress, and here is the tan version of the dress. I didn't put the tan one on because I'm clearly vampire white, and it just did not look right with my albino hair and my albino skin. So this is probably a dress that would look better on darker skinned people, as opposed to me wearing the black one, making the black one because I look better in black because it's contrasting with obviously my skin and my hair. So here we have two variations of that same pattern, different fabrics. Also, here's the free giveaway. Be the first to comment and be a subscriber, and I will give you all the materials you need to make your own dress. You can either pick the tan one or you can pick the black one. I will send you the elastic for the neckline. I'll send you the mesh, as much the amount of mesh you need for the dress, and also the self fabric too. So there will be no excuse for you to not make this dress. I'll also send you a copy of the pattern so that you don't have to print it yourself. So go ahead and like or subscribe if you want more videos. I'm very busy. I work accounting in the daytime and I run my business full time at night, but I still find the time somehow to educate others on how to make wardrobes for themselves. So until next time, don't forget, comment below if you'd like to receive some fabric to make your own dress. I only have one, so it's got to be the first person. I'll be giving away more giveaways as I do more videos. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.